Before the engines roar, before the sparks fly from the grinders, before a single camera rolls, Amanda Martin is already hard at work. Most fans of Iron Resurrection know her as the calm, composed woman who occasionally steps into the frame with a clipboard and a question. But what they don't realize is this: Amanda is the real boss behind the brand, and without her, the show and the shop wouldn't run for a single day. In a world dominated by grease, gas, and gears, Amanda runs on spreadsheets, strategy, and steel nerves. While Joe Martin turns raw metal into works of art, Amanda is behind the curtain, balancing budgets, managing timelines, fielding customer requests, and coordinating with TV producers, all while keeping the shop's real-world business afloat. She's not a co-star, she's the system. From dawn until dusk, Amanda is the heartbeat of Martin Brothers Customs. Every build begins with her approval. Every project is weighed against time, cost, and exposure. She's the reason vendors get paid, clients stay happy, and TV episodes arrive on schedule. Her role doesn't come with loud tools or flashy paint. It comes with pressure that never lets up. And the truth is, she never set out to become a face on television. Unlike many reality stars, Amanda didn't chase fame. She stepped into the spotlight because the work demanded it, and because someone had to take the wheel behind the scenes. What viewers see in an episode of Iron Resurrection is just a fraction of the real operation. The rest? It's Amanda's world, a controlled chaos of calls, calendars, and calculated decisions. She's not just supporting Joe's vision, she's executing it, sustaining it, and protecting it. Because while Joe Martin may build the cars, Amanda Martin built the empire. Before Amanda Martin was negotiating with TV networks and chasing down parts for high-dollar customs, she wore a different kind of uniform. For years, she thrived in the world of banking and finance, a career built on structure, numbers, and strategy. She wasn't behind a welding mask, but a desk, analyzing investments, managing risk, and climbing the corporate ladder. And by all accounts, she was good at it. But then came Joe Martin. Joe was a master builder, a quiet creative force who had once tasted TV fame during the days of Biker Build-Off. He wanted to reignite his dream, but this time, he didn't want to do it alone. As the two grew closer, Amanda began to see something more than just a man with talent. She saw potential, a brand, a future. But to get there, Joe needed more than skill. He needed structure. And Amanda, with her sharp business sense and fearless work ethic, became that structure. It was a risky move. She walked away from a stable financial career and jumped headfirst into the uncertain world of custom car building and reality television. But she didn't flinch. She took everything she knew from banking, project management, operations, leadership, and applied it to Martin Brothers Customs. And that gamble paid off. Amanda became the central hub of an expanding operation. She built systems, established processes, handled the money, and ensured that every build could actually be delivered on time and on budget. While the rest of the crew focused on fabrication, Amanda was in the background securing deals, organizing schedules, and building a sustainable future. She wasn't just adapting to Joe's world, she was transforming it. The shift from banker to builder didn't just change Amanda's career, it changed the trajectory of the entire Martin Brothers brand. In the shop, Joe Martin leads with artistry and instinct. But when it comes to logistics, dollars, and deadlines, Amanda calls the shots. As executive producer, operations manager, and team wrangler, Amanda Martin holds one of the most critical roles at Iron Resurrection. She's the reason the shop doesn't fall behind. The bills get paid, and the show actually makes it to air. From the first client handshake to the final reveal, Amanda touches every part of the process. Need a specific part that's out of stock across the country? Amanda will find it. Have a build that's running long and needs to be budgeted down without losing quality? Amanda makes the call. Want to pivot mid-season due to audience feedback or network demands? Amanda reads the numbers, studies the trends, and adjusts the plan. She doesn't bark orders or demand credit. She leads through example, focused, prepared, and 2 steps ahead of every challenge. And the crew respects that. In a traditionally male-dominated industry, Amanda has earned her place not through title, but through trust. She solves problems others don't even see yet. Her intuition for what makes a good story, what a build is worth, and how to protect both the team and the brand is second to none. She balances the creative fire of Joe with cold, hard reality. And that balance is what keeps Iron Resurrection from spinning out like so many other shows in the genre. Amanda Martin doesn't run the shop from the sidelines. She runs it from the center. For a long time, Amanda Martin stayed in the background, content to let the builds and the builders take the spotlight. But slowly, the audience began to notice. And then, they started showing up for her. At fan events and car shows, the lines weren't just for Joe or the cars. People wanted to meet Amanda. They wanted to thank her, not just for her work, but for her presence. In an industry that's often loud, fast, and testosterone-fueled, Amanda brought something different: calm, clarity, and class. She's not the kind of TV personality who tries to steal scenes or deliver catchphrases. She leads by example, solving problems quietly, keeping the team moving, and showing that leadership doesn't need to be flashy to be effective. Online, Amanda became a fan favorite, not because she chased it, but because she earned it. Her presence gave viewers a rare look at how hard it is to run a real business behind the curtain of a reality show. Her honesty about the stress, the balance, and the constant hustle struck a chord, especially with women who saw in Amanda a version of themselves. Strong, strategic, and absolutely essential. She answered every message she could, replied to fans who reached out with their own stories, and through it all, she stayed grounded. Amanda Martin didn't just manage a team or a business. She inspired a generation of viewers by showing what real leadership looks like: measured, mindful, and unwavering. Running a successful shop is hard. Running a successful TV show about that shop is harder. And Amanda Martin was doing both, while keeping the books balanced, the cameras happy, and the crew sane. But what most fans never saw was how much it cost her. Behind the scenes, Amanda was often the first one in and the last one out. She was managing multiple fires at once: tight deadlines, high-maintenance customers, unpredictable shoot schedules, and constant production requests. The weight of expectations, on both the business and the show, rested squarely on her shoulders. And when something went wrong, she took it personally. Amanda wasn't just protecting the brand. She was protecting Joe, the team, the builds, the vision. She was the filter between chaos and order, keeping everyone calm, even when she was close to burning out herself. In interviews, Amanda has hinted at the emotional toll, the exhaustion, the moments where she questioned if it was sustainable. There were times when she felt invisible, not just to the audience, but to the very world she was working so hard to keep together. But she never broke. She never stormed off. She never quit. Because Amanda understood something others didn't. If you want something to last, you have to be willing to carry it when no one else can. That's what made her indispensable. Not just her mind, but her resilience. To most viewers, just authentic, high-stakes craftsmanship. And it's because of her that Iron Resurrection maintains credibility in an industry where many reality shows crumble under the weight of overproduction. And then there's the shop culture. Amanda fosters an environment where everyone, from seasoned welders to new crew members, feels valued. She builds loyalty by listening. She diffuses tension with logic. And she ensures that no one gets left behind in the rush to finish a build or film a reveal. So when the cameras pack up and the episode airs, fans see a finished product. But Amanda sees something else. A team that still has her back. And a business that still stands because she refused to let it fall. At the heart of Martin Bros Customs isn't just a workshop, it's a partnership. Joe and Amanda Martin's marriage is more than just romantic. It's the engine behind the brand's success. They balance each other in ways that are rarely shown on TV. Joe is the artist, the fabricator, the builder, the visionary. Amanda is the planner, the coordinator, the strategist, the closer. Together, they form a rare kind of symmetry. A duo who doesn't just love each other, but who also trust and respect one another's strengths. They disagree, of course. There are heated decisions and high-stress days. But even in conflict, Amanda and Joe don't lose sight of what they're building together. Amanda has often said in interviews that Joe's trust in her has been one of the biggest reasons she was able to step into a leadership role. And Joe? He's never shied away from giving her credit, both on and off camera. In an industry often built on egos, they're a reminder of what real teamwork looks like. Their marriage isn't perfect, but it's durable. It's tested. And like the cars they build, it's handcrafted to survive the long haul. They may not shout it from the rooftops, but behind every episode of Iron Resurrection, there's a love story, quiet, steady, and built from the same stuff as their best restorations, steel and trust. In the custom automotive world, shop floors are still overwhelmingly male. And reality TV hasn't exactly helped, often favoring loud personalities over quiet strength. But Amanda Martin has changed that. She didn't storm in demanding attention. She earned her place by knowing her numbers, holding her ground, and backing up every decision with facts. Early on, there were skeptics, people who assumed she was just the wife or a background figure placed in the show for optics. They quickly learned otherwise. Amanda has negotiated six-figure deals, salvaged vendor relationships, and called out bad business when she saw it. She doesn't care about ego or flash. She cares about results. And that's why other shop owners, men and women alike, have come to respect her. She's been invited to speak at business conferences, featured in interviews across automotive media, and has quietly mentored other women looking to enter the industry. For young women watching Iron Resurrection, Amanda is a revelation. Proof that you don't have to swing a hammer to lead a build, and you don't need a camera angle to make an impact. She's redefining what leadership looks like in a garage, and doing it without ever needing to raise her voice. Amanda isn't just keeping Iron Resurrection running, she's planning for what's next. She's deeply involved in long-term strategy, growing the Martin Bros Customs brand, expanding their client base, and exploring new media partnerships that align with their values, but only on their terms. Amanda is also developing initiatives that go beyond television, like custom business consulting, behind-the-scenes shop management workshops, and even talks of publishing a book about the real business of custom car culture. And quietly, she's been laying the groundwork for mentoring the next generation, especially women, through speaking engagements, appearances, and one-on-one coaching. For Amanda, the goal isn't to get bigger, it's to get better. She wants longevity, not just spotlight. And in doing so, she's not just planning a future for the Martins, She's setting an example for how car culture can evolve, grow, and include more voices than ever before. Amanda isn't chasing trends, she's shaping legacy. As the credits roll and the paint dries, one truth remains clear. Amanda Martin is the quiet legend behind Iron Resurrection. She doesn't dominate episodes or engineer drama for airtime. She doesn't post flashy monologues or start feuds online. She simply does the work. Day in, day out. In meetings, on calls, at the shop, after hours. And while the spotlight often shines on the builds, the crew, or Joe himself, those who know. Amanda is the one who made it all sustainable, who ensured the shop didn't just make cool cars, but made payroll, met deadlines, and stayed standing. She's the woman who walked away from a secure banking career to gamble on a dream, who learned an entirely new industry just to help build something extraordinary, who stood in the background and still managed to lead from the front. Amanda Martin may not have started as a gearhead, but today, she's every bit as vital to custom culture as the legends turning wrenches on the floor. She is the real boss behind Iron Resurrection, and the show only runs because she refuses to stop.